Good afternoon. We're in Downey, the Skyline studio. We have my man, Mr. Andy, Mr. Audate. Good to see you, brother.
Likewise.
Thank you very much for being here today. We invited Andy down to the studio because the gentleman just has enormous energy around him. There's just a buzz about this guy. I don't want to call him a kid. He's only 22, but he's got it going on upstairs. So
I'm done being called a kid, man. I got a beard now. I got a beard. Everyone know I got a beard. Facial hair. I got to shave regularly. I'm not a kid anymore.
Yo, he's a man with the beard, but he's a man with no fear.
Woo! I love it.
This gentleman is just talking to the right people. He's aligning himself with all the things that successful people need to do. This gentleman is just has a future ahead of him, and we're just glad to be a part of it. Andy, first question, man.
I give it up to God first and foremost. I give it up to God.
Wonderful. You got to give it up to God. He gives us the strength. He gives us the vision. Definitely gave us life. So, kudos to him. Definitely. So we brought him in the studio for two things. To congratulate him on a successful event. He went on Facebook after the event and he was talking about how he was scared and how he stepped up. So I wanted to ask him a couple of things about that. Andy, take us through the motions. The motions and the emotions about preparing for this event, when the event took place, and then afterwards, like 12 o'clock, you're loosening up the tie, you're thinking about letting it resonate. How'd that feel?
Did you see that when I loosened up the tie?
I didn't see it, but I can imagine.
Okay, yes, I did loosen up the tie. Man, before the event, it was 96 days when I made the commitment. So 96 days prior to the conference, I made a commitment and I signed a contract. So I had a contract for X amount of people to fit in that room. And I had a contract for X amount of dollars that I had to give to the hotel.
Ooh,
so I have to sign this paperwork saying that doing something I've never done before, I'm gonna do it. So the emotional aspect of it was scary. I had a lot of fear in me, but I understand fear is a direction. And on top of that, so the motion behind it was I had to get a team together. So I got a team together. I called on a few buddies of mine, and at the time I maybe had like 4 or 5 people who were gonna help me do sales for the project. Well, guess what? Because it's never been done before and they couldn't see the vision, they all backed out after I signed a contract.
What?
So I got a contract signed saying I'm gonna do this for the hotel, I'm gonna do this for the speakers, and I don't have a team that I thought I was gonna have.
Man, they messed up. They missed out on a big opportunity to be part of a big special ordeal. This is your first event. This is like you launching off into space. And they weren't there for that, man. I'm glad Skyline was there.
Skyline was definitely there, all because of this man right here.
That's right.
This man connected me with the right people to make Skyline there an opportunity. And now the difference between Skyline and a lot of other people is Skyline and myself we're developing a relationship for future events, for future partnerships, so we can help boost each other up in the future.
All the way up.
Skyline's where it's at. And it's really, literally, it's all about relationships, man, because I met Angel at Keller Williams.
Keller Williams, shout out to Paul running big things over there.
Right
right down the street, Keller Williams Downey Realty. Thank you very much for linking us up. You guys had your team meeting, this incredible energy. Paul was talking about, we got this young man named Andy. He's talented, he's hungry, he's here to give us some energy. And when I first heard him talk, he starts doing the clap, the bang, and I'm like, this thing works. I'm gonna have to take that, and put it into my little presentation.
Right. Right, dude. I'm powerful. I demand attention, and I want to give the energy in that room. Sometimes when speakers speak, they get the message across, but they don't give energy. So I want to give energy while I get the message across. So at my conference, I had rap music playing. But then I got up on stage and I said a message and I got back down with the music again. So the message got across to the right people, but then, hey, everyone was awake, making it happen, getting in front of the right people. That's how I made this conference a reality. I got in front of the right people. Got in front of people like Angel, Cindy, Freddie, and Paul Brungian from over at Keller Williams Downey, Les Brown, and a few other people.
It's all about getting in front of the right people, but you yourself have to be the right person. It takes two to create that chemistry. Exactly. And man, did you tangle?
I tried to. I don't really know how to dance, man, but I tried to tangle.
Man, no, you made it happen, brother. You made it happen.
That, man.
It was just a bunch. If you missed it, man, make sure you stay tuned for this gentleman's next event. he's got a lot of things going on up here, and he's putting feet to those plans, and he's definitely somebody to keep your eye on, because every event that he takes on and that he moves forward with is going to be bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's definitely going to be a sales growth conference 2018. You know Skyline is going to be there. You know we're going to be in the building. You know the building can't hold us, but they're gonna try.
They're gonna try. It's gonna be a little wobbly afterwards, but Skyline's gonna be in the building.
Yep. That's how it is, man. That's how it is.
I love it. You know, during the whole entire course, from the 96 days from the start of the conception to the completion, it was a challenge spiritually. This is why I started off my conference with a prayer, because it was a challenge spiritually, and literally this conference brought me closer to God. This conference made me and God have a whole different relationship than prior to the conception of the conference. And what God told me was, do not doubt Him. So this is how I believe, in order to really be successful, do not doubt our Lord. And on top of that, have your goals so big that the only way for you to actually make them happen is with God's help. Like, you can't actually do it. How can I put a conference by myself and put 100-something people in there, get everything paid on one man? It's literally physically impossible. But the reason I was able to do it was because of the man upstairs.
That's right.
And that's why it was a success. That's why we moved forward and we're having fun, and that's why this is going to be part 2.
That's right. And there was definitely a lot of spirit at that event. I felt it.
Yes.
Everyone there felt it.
Yes.
You know, there was energy, there was buzz, there was excitement, there was value. And, you know, I got to hand it to you.
Thank you.
Got to hand it to you, Mr. Andy. Looking forward to watching your future progress, you know, your career. I could say it's a career, you know, because this is what you do.
Right,
you know,
right.
You bring value, you bring excitement. You call yourself, you know, you're a motivational speaker.
Right.
You're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Right. You're just a business mind trying to add value. And then as you add value, people are just looking at that, and your name is just growing and expanding.
Right. I gotta give a shout out to 2 people. I gotta give a shout out to God, of course, and my mentor Eric Stoller. If you're watching, Eric Stoller has trained me and got me in the right mindset to do what I do. Well, question for you, since you were at the conference.
Question for
what was your favorite part?
I gotta say, my favorite part was Skyline in the building,
of course.
Representing, you know, Mr. Freddie Katoda, you know, Spartan 300 in the building. No,
we can't be doing games, dude. We can't.
Oh, we can't be doing. We gotta bring somebody else. Okay.
We can't be doing games. You gotta bring.
You know, I gotta say, Les Brown.
Les
Brown. I've never seen him live. You know, I've definitely heard his inspirational videos. Sometimes I go to bed and Les Brown is in my ear. You know, as I'm falling asleep, and he got me feeling like rolling out of bed and putting my suit on, going out and talking to people, making it happen. You know, the way Les Brown puts things. And I gotta say, watching him, the way he got emotional, the way he broke down, just you know, the way he got candid with us, and then and then he fired up. He fired up, man. That guy was sweating. He was putting a lot of effort into it, but man, it just seemed like he intensified. I thought it was gonna be done, and he was just getting started. You know what I'm saying? And when he got there, he did a little tootsie roll, a little slide, and I was just like, oh, this is Les Brown right here. This is the real deal. You know, he's in the mix, he had the mic, he's talking, and, you know, I couldn't believe it. I was rolling with Facebook Live, and, you know, I was like, at first I was trying to make sure I was holding it right, but then I started listening to Les Brown, and I just got captivated by what he was saying. The whole panel was just amazing. Right. You know, everybody brought their A game, and, you know, I was taking mental notes, I was taking physical notes, and I was just taking note of what happened at that event. And what happened there was, you know, we saw this event being put together by a 22-year-old man, businessman. Business partners flaked out on him. Others stepped up to support. But ultimately, you know, the way from A to Z, you know, as a guest, as a person there looking for value, I gotta say, man, A+. You know what I'm saying?
Right on. I appreciate that. It was not easy, dude. It was just not easy. You know, many would see on the receiving end was just, dude, all you gotta do is get a room, hire a DJ, and that's it, right? Get a room, hire a DJ, and the hotel will put seats for you. It's way more than that. You gotta get out in front of a whole bunch of people and get rejected a whole ton. And you'll get around the right people, and eventually they'll see the vision and they'll understand and wanna jump on board. Skyline's one of them. They understood it from day one and they jumped right on board. So now, are they gonna be at part 2? Yes, of course. And it's gonna be bigger, and definitely Sales Growth Con is gonna take care of Skyline on that end. Dude, it's about partnerships and realizing that the only way that we can go up is being around other people that can go up too, and that are on their way up. So I'm definitely around Angel, Cindy, Freddie, and Edwin, and I'm around the right people. So how do you become successful at a young age, or regardless of how old you are, how do you become successful?
You got to put yourself in a position where you're around people that are already successful, a little older in the game, because all that is going to reciprocate. And as you show yourself that you can tangle with them, they're going to see you and they're going to give you that confidence that you need. You already know you're great. You already see the greatness. You already feel it, and you believe it. But like when you talk to people that are already up there doing big things, and they're talking to you and they're giving you advice, and then you're running with it, and then they see you doing great things, and they tell you, hey, you know what? You got what it takes to get to the top. You have something inside of you that a lot of people may have, but they don't bring it out. And you're bringing it out, and that's what it's all about, because we all have greatness within us. But this man right here is bringing it out, and and it's showing. It's showing. A lot of people are taking notice.
Thank you. They say so. He explained it, man. It's about the right people. So I force myself in the right crowds, in the right environments. And at my talk on Friday, which was a day of the Sales Growth Con, my talk was on showing up. There's opportunities in the show. I continue to show up. Angel said to me, when I first met Angel, he said, hey, you don't have to, but you can come to check out my studio. That was it. He didn't invite me, he didn't do anything. He just said, you can come check out my studio. What did I do? I showed up. Because I showed up, Angel introduced me to the right people. I got to meet the CEO. It just so happens that the CEO of the company was leaving. Where Angel and I were talking outside, the CEO of the company just happens to walk by. And I said, Angel, can you just introduce me? I just wanted to shake your hand. Edwin, what's his last name?
Rojave.
Okay, Edwin, yes. And then I shook Edwin's hand. Hey, just to let you know who I am, my name is Andy Audate, 22, originally from Rhode Island, moved here to LA to be a speaker. That's it. And then he kept on moving. Then Angel presented an offer that I had for Skyline to be part of this event. Then the next day I had an opportunity to do what? Show up. I showed up and met the VP of Sales, Freddie Katoda. And I got that one right. Met Freddie, shook his hand. I showed up. Next time Angel hits me up, he's like, hey, come to the studio. I'm here.
We're in the studio,
I showed up. Take advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime and the lifetime of the opportunity. If I came today to speak to you, would you have been there? The first time, if I came here today to see your studio, would you have been at the conference? No, because our opportunities took place back then.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the opportunity. Skyline has an opportunity for you. I have opportunities for you. So where can you get more information about Skyline?
Well, you can go to joinskyline.com. You can go to Skyline channel on the Grant Cardone TV network. You can go to my Facebook, Angel Virgin. You can come visit us here in Downey, on Downey and 6th Street. Man, we're all over the place, man. People are knowing about Skyline now.
Right.
And if you don't know what we do smart home protection. So we protect the home and we make it smart.
Well, I love it. Is this like a home that,
it's
futuristic?
futuristic.
You've seen the movies?
Yeah, futuristic. We take you from the Flintstones to the Jetsons.
I love it. Dude, I appreciate you, Virgin. Angel Virgin.
You got it, brother.
I appreciate you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Angel was there, Cindy was there, Freddie was there. And if you want to get to know who these people are, these top caliber people, go to joinskyline.com.
Baby.
Go to joinskyline.com.
The website.
My name's Andy.
My name's Angel.
We're making stuff happen. So I'll see you at next year's Sales Growth Con.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time.